but I didn't want to spend too much time in college. I'd already spent about 4 years, and I was like, I really don't have that much time to just play around anymore. So I really wanted to get into the business, and I had a friend, and he went to the school, graduated, and I saw he was already in the business, and everything was happening so quickly, and I went to him, I was like, hey, how did you get started? And he said, at the time, Illinois Center for Broadcasting, and I was like, all right. So I looked into it, went on a tour, and it changed my life. It really did. From the start, literally the first step I took into the place, you felt the energy in there, and it's.
Christian Lopez set to lead things off here for the Scarlet Hawks in the bottom of the 4th inning as they sit in a 1-1 tie with the Elmhurst College Blue Jays. First pitch into Lopez. High and away, ball 1. Lopez with a single in his first at bat to go along with a stolen base on the double steal that they performed last inning. Next pitch. Good job laying off that pitch in the dirt. Count now 2-0. Scrimshire with the wind. That ball shot to the shortstop. Able to fall down, make a play, throw over in time. What a play by Brandon Kressner. That ball was hit hard off the bat of Lopez, but he gets thrown out at first base. 1 out now, and Neil Shaw coming up to bat. Kressner definitely getting a workout over at shortstop. 3 of the last 4 outs have gone his way. First pitch, there's that curveball once again to Neil Shaw. Oh, and 1 out. Next pitch to Shaw. Fastball missing down. Scrimshire picking up his pace as well out there on the mound. That one down in the dirt. 2-1 now the count. Been impressive for Scrimshire. Mentioned a couple times he's been somebody who's been notorious for walking people so far in the season. If I've marked it correctly, he's only given up 1 walk so far through 4 1/3. Saying that one's not on the swing. Shock went back and looked and asked the umpire. He said, nope, that one was just a strike as was. So the count at 2-2, and the pitch, another one down in the dirt. Scrimshire just not being able to get that ball forward enough to make it tempting for Shaw to swing at. He's got good motion on his curveball, but it seems to me when he throws it in the dirt, he tries a little too hard to make sure it goes in the dirt. That leads to that fastball being low and away, and Shaw works the count to a 1-out walk. So as I mentioned, Scrimshire only having 1 walk on the evening, he proceeds to immediately walk Neil Shaw. It seems to be how it works sometimes. So here comes Joe Hindy. Strikeout in his first at bat. Not going to happen this time, though, as that one finds the hole on the right side. That's going to send Shaw over to third base, and a first pitch hit for Joe Hindy. And runners on the corners now. Dimitri Bone in a scenario once again with a couple of runners on. Looking to give his team the lead for the first time in this ball game. Bone struck out in his first at bat today. Good eye there, taking that one outside. Dimitri, 5'10", 170 out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, a chemical engineering major here at Illinois Tech. Oh, they do the third to first fake, and they fall for it. Got to see. They're going to make the throw home, and unfortunately that's going to be an out there. They're going to throw Neil Shaw out going home. Not good base running there. Shaw needs to realize that him at third base is much more important than Hindi over at first. Hindi not able to make his way to second base there, so bad all around. Went from first and third with one out to a man on first. If you're Hindi, you got to make sure that you're the one who gets out there instead of Shaw. And even before that, obviously, you have to make sure the pitcher is going home before that. And now a 1-2 count on Dimitri Bone. One and two, 2 outs, runner on first, and Bone goes down swinging once again. And the Scarlet Hawks spoil an opportunity to get themselves a lead. So we're going to head to the top of the fifth instead with a tie ball game, 1-1 the score between Elmhurst and IIT. You're watching Illinois Tech Baseball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network, powered by the Illinois Media School.
I got started at IMS here as an instructor a couple years back after I'd heard a couple of people I worked with were also instructors here. And after being in the industry of radio and sports phone and TV and play-by-play for as long as I have been, I figured that it would be a good thing to come on out. I had some free time. Come on out and help out some of the people that want to be the next people involved in these kind of things, next people that hit the radio airwaves and also do play-by-play. So I thought it was a great idea and a great place to do it at. When I'm here, it's great because there's always somebody that has either heard me, has wanted to meet me, and once they meet me, I explain to them, okay, it wasn't that big a deal. But if I'm always here if you need help with developing what you're passionate about, and that's what most people come here for. They have a passion. They want to do something. They want to do radio play-by-play. They want to do sports talk. They want to do updates, whatever it may be. I love being here and helping them become better at what they're trying to work at. And it's great because the one thing about the students is they're really good at listening to criticisms. Once you get into the business.
1-1 your score. Elmhurst College Blue Jays coming to bat here in the top half of the fifth inning. Matt Conroy to lead things off. He'll be followed up by Colin Winston, and then back to the top of the order with Brandon Kressner. Kyle Bumpus on the bump. First pitch. Outside, ball one to Conroy. Conroy 0 for 1 on the day. A fielder's choice back in the second inning. Swings over the top of that one. 1-1. Bumpus with the 1-1 delivery. That one lined out to right field and just going to be foul. Counting out at 1-2. That's one of those ones that hurts the hands. That was right off the tip at the end of the bat for Conroy. Conroy is a .294 hitter on the season. 17 at-bats coming into today. 7 strikeouts in those 17 at-bats. So give him 7 strikeouts in 18 at-bats. Bumpus trying to make it 1 more. Count now stands at 2-2. Bumpus getting back to his quick moving pace. Grounded over to third, charging in. Shaw with the play over to first, over the head of Howell, and that's going to send Conroy over to second base. An error there on the part of Shaw, and a runner on second now with nobody out for the Blue Jays. So now Colin Winston coming up to bat for Elmhurst. He's 0 for 1, flew out to left field in his first at bat. First pitch, fastball just a little too high. Winston does not have a hit on the year, looking for his first one here today. Oh for 3 on the season so far. This will be his 4th game he's been in so far. One-0 pitch catches outside. Count now moves to 1-1. Bumpus able to pitch around an error in the 4th inning, looking to do it again here. Grounded over to first, diving play, not there is Howell. There's nobody covering first. That ball almost gets away. Luckily, Wilcox is there. Howell was unable to make the diving play. Bumpus didn't quite get over to first base in time, and DJ Ripsky didn't really have anybody to throw to. I'm not even sure if he was able to connect with Bumpus there, if Bumpus was going to beat Winston down the line. Now runners at first and third for the Blue Jays, and it's the top of the order, Brandon Kressner, who smoked a double in his first at-bat. First pitch, smokes another one. That's at the shortstop. They're going to try and turn the double play. Kressner way too fast down the line. That's going to score a run on the fielder's choice. And Kressner showing off the speed there, and the Blue Jays retake the lead. Score now 2-1. Kressner now taking part in both runs. Scored the first one and now knocked in the second one. Ben Havel up to bat now. A strikeout in his first at bat and then doubled in his last time up in the third. Bumpus sets and delivers. That one falls low and in for ball 1. Bumpus slowing things down a little bit, trying to vary his looks over at Kressner at first. Fastball right down the middle. Count now at 1-1. Well, the rain had stopped. It seems like it might now try to pick up again just a little bit. Pick off over to first, not in time. One and one, 2-1 now the score. Ground ball over to the right side. That was a nice hit and run put on by the Blue Jays. So Ribsky was nowhere to be found on that play as he was covering second base. And now runners on first and third once again for Elmhurst. It's a great call by head coach Joel Southern. Got the defense out of position, and an even better job by Havel to knock that ball right where the defense wasn't. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, A.J. Compton. Compton 0 for 1, a sacrifice fly in the first inning, and got on base via error in the third. He grounds over to third base. Shaw, good job holding the runner at third. Over to first, and we've got ourselves 2 out. Havel advancing to second on the play. Really nothing that Kressner could do over at third. Ball basically went right next to him over at third base. So now Matt Wilson looking to extend the lead even further for Elmhurst. A strikeout and a ground out to the shortstop this afternoon. First pitch fastball catches the top of the strike zone, count 0-1. Set once again. delivers the 0-1 pitch down in the dirt. Wilcox with a solid stop. Got to remember here, if you are Bumpus, you do have a base open. Ideally, don't want to put Wilson on, but if you do, it does create a force at every base. Just don't want to give Wilson something that he can hit hard. The 1-1. 2-1 now the count as that one falls off to the right for a ball. Bumpus looking in, receives the sign from Wilcox. Bumpus with the 2-1 delivery. Good hold of the swing there for Wilson. Count now 3-1. Same mindset. You're behind the count now if you're Bumpus, but you'd rather give up a walk than give up something hard hit here. Bumpus change-up on 3-1. Gets Wilson a swing through it. Count now stands full. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners on second and third for Elmhurst as they hold a 1-run lead over the Scarlet Hawks. The full count pitch. Another off speed over to shortstop, and it gets booted. Throw is not going to be there in time, and looks like it'll be another error on the part of Cardania Swan, and the lead extends for the Blue Jays. Now it is 3-1. It will indeed be an error on Cardania Swan. Two outs here, 2 errors in this inning, leading to a couple of runs here for Elmhurst. That ball's grounded over the first baseman. Howell makes the play. Underhands it to Bumpus, and that's going to do it, but a couple of runs cross the plate. 2 errors being the main factors, and we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Elmhurst College with a 3-1 lead over the Scarlet Hawks. You're watching Illinois Tech Baseball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network, powered by the Illinois Media School.
I heard about IMS actually through an ad on my Facebook page. During the time I had a picture of myself with headphones and a mic on because I did college radio. And usually I don't fall for the spam tricks, but that day I felt like being gullible. And so I clicked on it, and there it was. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, which was what it was at the time. I saw a video featuring T-Lo giving a tour of the school, and I was hooked right then and there. Called them, did a tour the following week. And then it was history there. I was a productive student, knew exactly what I wanted to do, did multiple internships, and after I graduated, I experienced the hardships that most students will probably feel, but I didn't give up. And I looked up into a freelance gig with High School Cube, which transitioned over to working for Radio Disney, and several other jobs after that, which leads me now to Alpha Media, where I am a
DJ Ripsky leading things off here for the Scarlet Hawks as he takes ball 1 from Jordan Scrimsher. Elmhurst College took the lead in the top half of this inning. That next pitch is fouled off to the left by Ripsky. A couple of errors, 2 errors and 2 unearned runs put onto the tab of Kyle Bumpus. As I said, the Blue Jays now with a 3-1 lead over the Scarlet Hawks. Next pitch to Ripsky. Just grabs the outside corner. 1-2 now. Ripsky, he's 0 for 2. A hard line out to dead center field, and then a ground out to the shortstop. This one grounded softly to the right-hand side. Kledzik making the play over, and just in time, charged in play. What a job by Tyler Kledzik. Able to get Ripsky out at first base. Kyle Bumpus at the plate now. First pitch to Kyle is high and outside for ball 1. Bumpus is 1 for 2, singled in his last at-bat in the third inning. Swings at that one in the dirt to even the count at 1-1. That one's hard hit out to center field. Going back, Compton able to find his way underneath it and record the second out. Make Bumpus now 1 for 3 on the night. Again, I'm Brett Gogol bringing you this one, helped out along the way by Steve Sufferton, our director, Tim Helms, our producer, and Ryan Fahey operating 2 cameras at the same time. He's just that good, folks. That first pitch falls low and away for ball 1. Next pitch from Scrimshire, also outside, ball 2. Jonathan Wilcox out to bat right now, is flown out to left field and then out to center field in his 2 at-bats. That one's going to be fouled out of play to the right side. Two and 1 the count now. 2 outs here in the bottom half, home half of the 5th inning at Ed Glancy Field. Next pitch missing inside. Wilcox now in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count. Quickly in the windup is Scrimshire. That one's going to be fouled straight back. Count now at 3-2. Full count. That one is low and outside, and Wilcox is going to make his way to first base with a 2-out walk.
First baseman, number 28, Ted Howell.
Ted Howell now up to bat. First pitch, hunting, swings over the top of a changeup. Howell struck out in the second and then doubled in the third. 0-1 pitch over to the shortstop and easy play made. And thrown out Jonathan Wilcox at second base. That's going to do it for Illinois Tech here in the home half of the 5th. We head on to the 6th. A 3-1 lead for Elmhurst College. You're watching Illinois Tech Baseball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network, powered by the Illinois Media School.
I've been in the radio and broadcasting business a long time, more than 3 decades, and I really noticed kind of a downtick in young people being interested in entering the business, and there weren't a lot of opportunities. So I thought, if I spread my knowledge and shared what I know about the business with a lot of young minds, maybe I could get some of those people involved. And my dad talked to schools. My dad, Harry Volkman, Chicago weatherman for years, always went and talked to schools trying to inspire them to A, follow their dreams, but B, be in broadcasting, whether it was meteorology, sports, weather, DJs, whatever. And I thought I could do that too, and I could do it all in one place at Illinois Media School. I had friends here. They urged me to come out, and I took the job. I've been having a great time. I tell everybody I'm learning as much from the students as they learn from me, because media, broadcasting is ever changing. Things are streaming now. There's social media, everything's integrated. And the young minds know the new end of that, the new technology, the new apps, the way everything works together, computers. And so I watch how they put together their presentation. It's audio and video and internet all at the same time. And so I've learned as much about doing.
Bumpus gets set to deliver the first pitch here in the top half of the 6th, and it's swung on and missed by Matt Wilson. cleanup hitter for the Elmhurst College Blue Jays as they hold a 3-1 lead over the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Bumpus working quickly. Next pitch is low for ball one. Bumpus from the windup again. Gets a swinging strike again from Matt Wilson. If I had to guess, Kyle Bumpus is most likely going to be handed the ball when the team heads to Guaranteed Rate Field next Saturday for their game against the University of Chicago. Been their most consistent starter this year. Be a great way to reward the third-year player. As we get another foul ball over to the left side. Count now at 2-2 for Matt Wilson. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out to Cardanius Juan at shortstop. Skies that one out just towards the infield, and there easily to make the play is DJ Ribsky. And we've got ourselves one out here in the visitors' half of the 6th inning. Chilly day here in downtown Chicago. Temperature hovering right around 50 degrees, but if you trust the real feel, or you know what your phone will tell you the temperature feels like, it's closer to 39 degrees out right now. And wind also blowing plenty as we are relatively close to the lake, as you can hear there on our field mic. Wind picking up just as I say that. 1-0 pitch. Just can't quite hit. 2-0 now. Next pitch from Bumpus. Falls behind 3-0, I believe, for the first time in this game. Again, wind becoming so much a factor. If you saw it a little bit earlier, the wind actually blew off Kyle Bumpus' hat on the mound. So he comes back and gets the count to 3-1. Next one missing, though, inside, and that's going to be a walk. Matt Wilson heads to first base with the free pass. That only the second walk issued by Bumpus so far today. First pitch, swinging ground ball over to second base. Ribsky to Cardanius Juan over to first. Not in time, hustling down the line and able to beat it out. To see who that is, it looks like we had a pinch. It was Matt Conroy hustling down the line, able to make it there. Going to bring up Colin Winston.
Never mind. You overran the bag. You might be able
A bit of a conferencing between the umpires there. Like they'll resume play as is. Now Bumpus pitching to Colin Winston. First pitch, fouls it off to the left-hand side, out of play. Next pitch, high and outside. Bumpus sets 1-1, 2 outs, runner on first. Can't quite catch the low outside corner on Winston. Winston, he's 1 for 1. Flew out to left in his first at bat and then singled his last time up. That one over to Cardenas Juan at short. The flip over to second. And that's going to do it for the Blue Jays here in the top half of the 6th inning. That's going to send us to the bottom half. Illinois Tech coming up to bat. You're watching Illinois Tech Baseball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network, powered by the Illinois Media School.
How did I hear about IMS? Well, it was about 16 years ago, and I was doing college radio just for fun. Had no purpose whatsoever until a buddy of mine, Dave Durov, who signed up for classes that same time I was there, told me about IMS, and I signed up. And before you know it, I was going to school, learning about radio, learning about TV, and I realized, hey, I can actually do this for a living. So 9 months later, I graduated. What do I think about my time at IMS? It was a lot of fun. I mean, there was learning involved, but it was good learning. I didn't feel like I was going to school. I felt like I was having a good time. The classmates were great. We had a good time in group projects. We had a great time doing our solo projects. So I felt like it was very important for me to get that before I did radio professionally. How would I describe students at IMS? Dedicated. Dedicated students for sure. IMS knows how to put the right kind of pressure on students to get things done, and I feel that the students there, knowing that if they want a career, they got to work hard. They got to do what you got to do what you got to do. And IMS really nails it that way. They do a good job of enforcing that and making sure it's also fun while you're doing it. Hi, my name is Edgar Ibarra. I'm the program director for Nash FM 1049 and Nash FM 99.5 in Northeast Wisconsin. I'm a graduate of the IMS Lombard campus, and I am IMS.
Orlando Cardenas Juan to lead things off for the Scarlet Hawks here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Cardenas Juan walked and scored a run in his first at bat along with a stolen base and grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. First pitch is high. Ball 1 to Cardenas Juan. Scrimshire still on the mound for Elmhurst. His next pitch, high for ball 2. Blue Jays currently hold a 3-1 lead over the IIT Scarlet Hawks. 2-0 pitch. That one's ripped out into left field over the head of the third baseman. And rounding first base and sticking there, Orlando Cardenas Juan, a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 6th.
Left fielder, number 13, Christian Lopez.
Christian Lopez now making his way up to bat. Also 1 for 2 on the day. He singled in his first at-bat. Stolen base as well, and then also grounded out to the shortstop in his last at-bat. So a couple of similarities here between Cardenas Juan and Lopez. First pitch. There's that first pitch curveball we've been seeing all day from Jordan Scrimshire. Short lead. Moved to a modest lead over at first base by Cardenas Juan. Fastball high up out of the strike zone, 1-1. Christian Lopez, he hits that one out to right field. That's going deep towards the wall, and there with room to make the play is Matt Wilson. That ball was smoked, but a good read by Matt Wilson. He's able to put it away, and we've got ourselves one out here in the bottom of the 6th. Neil Shaw gotten on base both at-bats today, an infield single in the second. We go with a walk in the 4th. Takes first pitch. Ball was unfortunately thrown out on a pickoff play where the runner was picked off at third base. Shaw was standing on third and basically took the bullet, unfortunately, as he sits with a 1-0 count. Grounds that one over to third. Tough hop play made over to first base. And that's going to be the second out. Was able to move Cardenas Juan over to second, though. Carson Thomas made that play over at third.
Fielder, number 20, Joe Hindi.
Joe Hindi now up to bat, looking to cut into this Elmhurst lead. Runner on second and Cardenas Juan. Hindi 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Looking for that first pitch, got it, but only able to foul it straight back. Oh, on the count, runner on second. Scrimshire delivers. And that one's a ball. Count now at 1-1 again. Wind blowing straight out. You'd expect maybe a little bit more power in this game, but the chilliness basically helping to keep the ball from really traveling all that far. Again, under 50 degrees here. Wind chill making it feel even colder than that. That ball's grounded over to first base. Havel fields it easily. He'll take it himself. And that's going to do it for the Scarlet Hawks here in the bottom half of the sixth. We're going to head to the final third of this ball game. 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. All the Hawks have left to try and come back in this one as they trail Elmhurst College by a score of 3-1. You're watching Illinois Tech Baseball on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network, powered by the Illinois Media School.
The reason I'm out here at the Illinois Media School is